Welcome to Ordinary Teachers and Students. These bonus episodes, 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers, are concepts or ideas, mostly from psychology, that I feel will benefit teachers. Rather than giving you a 90-minute lecture about them, I thought a bite-sized episode like this would be more suited for busy teachers like you. My name is Alan Cheng, and I'm a life coach and university lecturer. My vision is to make life coaching a part of every school. Today's one concept is the peak-end rule. And the two things you need to know about the peak-end rule are: one, think about a holiday you had more than 5 years ago. See what you remember from it. According to the peak-end rule, trips of any duration become a couple of memories only. The peak experience, so this might be seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, and the end. This could be running to the airport, and maybe a few other emotional bits in between, but generally we remember the peak and end only. The second thing to know is that it's also called the peak-end bias. So it was proposed by the late psychologist/economist Daniel Kahneman and psychologist Barbara Fredrickson. It's a type of memory bias because it's a duration neglect. And by that I mean a 3-month-long holiday will over time just feel the same as a 3-day one. So I'm sure we've all experienced that before. Our memories are not like films where we can just replay the exact thing over and over again from start to finish. So the 3 practical implementations are: 1, try to stop and reflect on your own lessons. How often do students have a peak experience in your lesson? Every lesson? Once a week? And what activities are they normally doing when this happens? Number 2, plan your peaks. So the best question to think about is, if students could only learn 1 or 2 things from your lesson, what would it be? So when we try to plan for the peaks, we should try to make it emotionally engaging, and this could be through shock or humor, or simply where students are more involved in a particular activity, like a discussion or debate. And number 3, leave time for consolidation. And this is something I'm still working on too, because plans often don't go to plan, and we might end up rushing the last part of our lesson. To change this, I think it's important to be intentional about leaving time at the end of the lesson, so 5 to 7 minutes, for some consolidation activities. I think if we're comfortable with the fact that we can always continue what we were teaching in the next lesson, then we're much more able to do this. Just remember, how you end your lesson will very much determine how much students remember from your lessons in the short and long term. And so the 4 takeaways from today's episode would be: 1, we can't expect our students' memories to play back our lessons like a film. That's just not how our memories work. Number 2, peak experiences are those which are most emotionally charged. So the likes of surprise and humor help memories really stick. And 3, start thinking about lesson planning in terms of the peak-end rule. And finally, maybe to end with a more philosophical question, at the end of your life, when you look back, what would be your peaks in your life? And should we be more intentional about creating these peak experiences? And how can we make sure the end is good, or at least not bad? And so that's what I'll talk about in the next few 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers episodes as I move from memory to well-being. So I hope you join us again next time on Ordinary Teachers and Students.